It's an email from Mark Olmsted. Wheeling my wife out of surgery after a 6-hour cancer removal and prophylactic chemo hot water wash, they stopped the gurney near waiting room where we stood. First sight of her, head lolled to the side, full of tubes down throat, eyes shut hard against it all. I began to break, relief tears. The tension of the past year, first not knowing, then knowing it was cancer 2 months ago, and all I carried, being strong, wrung out of me. Knees buckle in hospital hall, literally held up by my friends. We have to get going, the gurney man said. Bram Stoker, she smiled, looking up at me. Her first ICU words, uttered after ventilator removed by blue pulmonary team, then, don't let them give me morphine. But the god of dreams already on board. And yet she was anxious. You know, they could help me with Ativan, she whispers conspiratorially. The kind surgeon come to check her scar, wicked Frankenstein zipper from belly to chest, where he cut out what doesn't belong. Hospital ICU corridor teams of magenta, pale green, and sky blue polyester, CNA, RN, MDs, all pass, chat nonchalant, where I stand, speaking cell phone news. She's doing great. A gurney pushes past. Bright purple and white blanket covers dead body. A woman by size, brown and gray hair peeking out. The 4 pinprick holes left bloody in my thigh this morning surprised kitten leaped to lap while I sat on the toilet. Looks like a runaway sideways happy face, or maybe the Pleiades, I think. It's 11:30 p.m. bathtub after my wife's bedside post-all-day operation vigil. She's in cartoon morphine spa, where the kittens are all angels instead of breaking glass Buddhas on the sink shelf and wrestling like drunken cowpokes on Saturday night. Moving Nancy from ICU to oncology ward, Good Samaritan Hospital, San Jose, California, where my mother had her hysterectomy and my brother Tim had recovered from assorted childhood traumas. You'd think they'd have bigger elevators, our kind male nurse David says, rubbing his shaved head to figure out how my wife's gurney and assorted tubes and machines all will fit in. They didn't have so much technology 40 years ago, I offer. Everything was smaller. Nothing but fun, Nancy chimes in. Easter Sunday chaos. I arrive at usual 9 a.m. The friendly Jamaican CNA Daryl is concerned. Nancy got up by herself in the night and pulled IV fluid line out. Now everything was wet, bedclothes and floor. Alarms were ringing on the 6-legged stand holding the computer monitors for pain, liquids, minerals, and nutrients. She looks up sheepish and sad. I sit on the bed to stroke her worried forehead when a loud alarm starts up. They've armed the bed itself to ring if she tries to get out again. And now I've set it off. My neck tightens like a vice. I dreamed we were on a British reality show called So You Have Cancer. And I had to guess which fluids I would get from the IV stand, she relates. And Peter had entered us in a contest to pay the medical bills, and we were bickering in front of hidden cameras. She explains to Daryl, replacing her damaged tubes. I got up in the middle of the night to pee, thinking I was on the set, because I had to empty the commode myself in the sink, and that's when I tore out my IV line. 11:15 a.m. Easter Sunday. Nancy is asleep after walking, eating, and pulmonary treatment. I asked busy nurse Sheila about the chest tube pump, which looks almost full of red, watery fluid, if she should empty it. Do you know about this model? She snaps. It's the Atrium Ocean Water Seal Chest Drain. I read silently. No, I'm just concerned it'll back up or something. Don't worry about it, she hisses. Don't enter elevator alone with robot. In bold script on the 5-foot-high rectangular cast metal drug delivery system I walked next to in the hall. Mistook it for some kind of floor buffer the first night. What if I got in the elevator first? Would the robot ask me to leave? Vision of junkie gangs with crowbars stopping elevators between floors. Is the bot armed? Electric shock delivered like C-3PO Star Wars Future Now? 11 days after the surgery, we're going home. Insurance won't cover portable commode, so I'm shopping at Walgreens, waiting for Nancy's drugs. The sun shines blue outside. Her tubes all removed, staples too. The long scar, her tattoo of the real world. No need to buy a cool skull t-shirt. Death is only my shoulder neck knot. Unraveled, she naps, waiting for wheelchair ride.